There's a member over in Perth, obviously, who's not here tonight. His name's Andre Burford. He drove that by himself, and he met with his suppliers over there, Pinnacle Tours, which assisted, and also Captain Cook Tours. He contributed to what we contributed to in Sydney. It's something that's very dear to me from my heart, and I know that with what the members have done this year, we can build upon that next year, Paul. We are very, very proud to be associated with Humpty Dumpty, and it's great to know that any funds that we raise through our suppliers, Bridgeclimb and AA2 Kings and Greyline, 100% of that goes straight to you, and I'm very, very proud to know that, well, not to you first I should say, but I'm very proud to know that that equipment goes to the most needy in the community, and Claydor Australia is like any other company. We have a social responsibility and we want to contribute, and we can't find a better company that does it so better. So thanks again for your time, and we really appreciate you coming out today. And I know that you want to say a few words.
No, thank you everybody. It's great to be back here again, and I mean a great result. And just talking to Pete before, you know, in the back of the Good Egg booklet, which has just been published, there's some samples of some of the equipment that's needed from different hospitals, so you can have a look through that, and I think you maybe sort of work out exactly where you want the money to go to. You can pick a couple of different hospitals. When I first started Humpty Dumpty in 1996, it was purely just to help North Shore Hospital. It's grown well beyond any expectation I ever had, and we now supply medical equipment to over 178 hospitals across Australia and 2 in East Timor. So the charity's grown dramatically. Support like the Claydor offer to us is so important. We've got our Balmoral Burn on this weekend, and it's our big event, and it's interesting how many different parts of the community come together to make that successful. It's not sort of one or two major companies throwing in hundreds of thousands of dollars, although a couple do, thank God, but it's the community in so many different aspects that make the Balmoral Burn successful. And you know, as I talk to you now, there would be approximately 4,000 children in hospitals right across Australia under the age of 16. And there will be some of those children will not get the result that they should get because a piece of equipment's not available to them. We've got great medical staff, we don't have the equipment they need. And governments just aren't ever going to supply all the equipment that's needed. So, and it may, you know, we know of several cases where a $1,700 piece of equipment hasn't been available, one particular piece, and children have died because that piece wasn't available at the hospital when they needed it. And that's just a $1,700 piece of equipment. So your money can make such a huge difference to so many children. We've got a little clip which Ray Martin, who's our patron and sort of hosts a lot of our events. Ray went up to Maitland Hospital late last year and shot this clip just as an illustration of just one hospital that we support in rural New South Wales, where the support such as yours has just made a huge difference. So I think we've got some of the families and some of the medical staff.
Now this could be any country town anywhere in Australia. Imagine you're on holiday with your family and one of your children needs urgent medical attention. They need a hospital with the best equipment. That's what Humpty Dumpty provides. 20 years ago, when Paul Francis and I first started with Humpty Dumpty, all we wanted to do was raise enough money to paint the wall of the children's ward at Royal North Shore. We just wanted to make it brighter. Today, the money that you give to Humpty actually saves lives of babies and of children. It's as basic as that. Not just in the city, but right across the country.
Oh, darling. No one likes to see their baby like this.
As older parents, one of the biggest concerns we had was the risk of Down syndrome. Maria was placed in high-risk category.
It makes sense. As a nurse, you want to see your patient provided with the best quality care, and with Humpty Dumpty's support, we're able to do that.
In the last couple of years now, we've grown to over 160 hospitals across Australia. We have 2 hospitals in East Timor,
And those hospitals are being supplied with equipment by our supporters. And without our supporters, the children in those areas would not be looked after the way they should be and the way they deserve to be.
We do have a proportion of our patients actually get off trains and come to us. So children that are relocating get off the trains and will come to us when they're sick, and we're able to provide that quality care that they can get everywhere else.
It's nice, it's reassuring to have this equipment at the hospital as well.
Oh, they've been absolutely fantastic, and they do keep you reassured that everything is all right.
It can be a matter of life and death if we cannot keep the babies warm and resuscitate them adequately.
It's pretty simple stuff, isn't it?
It is. It is basic, but it is just wonderful to be able to have it all together.
We've had over $100,000 worth of equipment donated from Humpty Dumpty. This is equipment that's used every single day, and it's equipment that we personally love.
He had temperatures of 40.5 on Friday afternoon, and he's hospitalised on Saturday. So he had a seizure on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then the girls got him on the drip and with the antibiotics, and he's looking a lot better.
Scary for mum.
It's very frightening. I've never seen anything so frightening in my life.
And now tell us about this machine then.
It's just a little handheld pulse oximeter. What it's doing is it's measuring Xavier's heart rate, which you can see it's 138 there now, and his oxygen, which is 100%. I don't know what we'd do without them.
Ray, I've been nursing for 30 years, and I'll have to say this machine here has been absolutely life-saving for the children in our area. It's probably the most significant change I've seen in nursing in my 30 years, and it's the difference between life and death for many of our children.
Literally.
Literally.
Have you seen, despite your skills, over the years you've lost patients because you didn't have something like this?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. The equipment that we have here is something that provides relief for our patients. So when we hook a child up to warm humidified oxygen as opposed to the wall oxygen, you can see the relief that's on that child's face.
This is all heart-wrenching, it is. Especially when they can't talk to say, you know, help, my chest is sore, my nose is sore. They're just helpless. Where these talk for them.
You got to know the machines?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know when it beeps, I know exactly what the beep's for, what part of his body's in distress, because it's all hooked up to all different things. So his heart and his breathing and his oxygen levels keeps us knowing what's going on with him. I haven't got good enough words to say about him. It makes me want to cry just thinking about him now. They brought him to life. I thought he was going to die in the car to get him here. Didn't I? And we didn't even know where we were to call an ambulance. So, yeah, no, they're spot on in here. Aren't they, matey?
So thanks, Paul, for coming up. I wanted to say that this year, again, what I said before, we pulled together, members, and I want to thank every one of you for your assistance and for your hotel support. I know Paul does as well. I'm eagerly anticipating next year's result already. And with our suppliers, we can't do that with Clancy and Emma from AAT Kings. So I sincerely thank you both. And I know that I'll be coming knocking on your door next year as well. But I'm very, very proud, Paul, to work with Humpty, as all the members are, and we're proud to state that this year we improved on last year's total. And we have our big novelty cheque that you get to walk out of the hotel with, for 6,200. So congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks very much again. We have a much anticipated meeting to get on to, but please help yourself some coffee and cake, and thanks again for coming out, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
If anybody wants to ring me at any time and ask any questions, please do, and have a read of the book, and we appreciate it, and this will make a huge difference to heaps of kids. Thank you.